Hello, welcome into this week's talking newsletter, Jazz Hands, with me, Clara Apollo, here on the official launch day of Apollo Ray in orbit. Apollo Ray has landed, one could say, and you can actually listen to the whole album now on streaming platforms like Spotify and Amazon Music and Apple Music and all of that, but you can also buy it off his Bandcamp, which I will drop the link below for you. And you know, the amount of time, effort and genius that has gone into this album, I am so super proud of him, really, really. And that moment when he stepped on stage at Buxton Opera House a couple of weeks back now was like, oh, it was such a combination of positive emotion that as a mama, I'm lost for words. Words like amazing, incredible, but also he had this presence and sort of this deep smile. He was so pleased to be doing it, and he loves his music, and he moves through it. There's a real energy that flows through him. He's not just playing sort of tunes to you, for you, but he feels it, and the way his body was moving, I'm like, that's my boy. And actually, I'm going to share with you something now that I did say to him. You know, let's share it. It's another photograph from the series from the Apollo Ray in orbit, which was what we called the video that myself and his dad and my dear friend Roz made when he was 6 months old. And this is a still from when he was in the space capsule. So just promise to keep it to yourself, right? This is between you and me. Look at this little lad. I know, so super, super cute, eh? If I was you, I'd pause that for a minute and just have a little look round his space capsule and that little moon boy. Oh, anyway, proud mum moment. Yes, so as you know, he's working with Elvis Costello. They're over in Dublin for a few days, and then he's going to get some time off to really tour his own album before probably heading out to the US again. But yeah, so seeing Elvis Costello on stage, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been to an Elvis Costello concert before, and Louis told me a few little bits and pieces, and I knew that he was doing the loops and done some musical creativity around it as well. But you know what, I was really, really pleasantly surprised by how extraordinary this man was on stage. His presence, his storytelling, his acumen with various different instruments, the way that he told stories, and yeah, it was just lovely to share that with well, my new chap came with me, and my ex-husband was there with his wife, and then a couple of dear friends from years ago who were actually one of my oldest friends and nearest Louis got to godparents, really. There was such a joyful gathering of like excitement and deeply proud and thrilled, and to be up in Buxton, which was quite a trek, not going to lie. Which brings me to this next topic of the amount of rest that I've needed since then, and that I've been also employing the word recovery. There's a recovery time from something like that, because, you know, it was exciting. There was travelling on trains, there was this conviviality and a couple of gin and tonics, and you know, not getting any younger. And you know, as an energy worker as well, I really feel the effect on my body and all my systems, really. And so how much rest do we need? And when we let ourselves come into more of a sense of needing to recover, we might give ourselves more time, because rest, we suddenly, oh, we've done a little bit of resting, surely that should be enough. But the mind has no idea how much rest you need. And you may need, you know, there's different sorts of rest, isn't there? There's obviously the physical rest, and then there's like the mental rest from all the doing and everything. And then there's a certain amount of emotional rest where you're coming into sort of calm after being like in that excitement and all the other different energies and emotions that roll through that. And then there's a kind of need to kind of come back into your cave, a bit of social rest, you know, all right, that was fun, but I now need to just regroup. And kind of at that, and all the, it can be quite overstimulating. So there's like a sensory rest that we need, isn't there? We need to just be able to come back into steady. And and find that way of being. Create some space for yourself. I mean, space, bit of a theme here, right? Yeah, but within that spaciousness, you know, your natural healing can occur. Your natural creativity can drop in, and the local mind just keeps wanting to do all the time. It's like, no, I know you know a lot of this already, but it was really showed me these last couple of weeks how many different sorts of rest I needed to get into. And when it came to sharing the Qigong on the equinox in the New Forest with a lovely gathering of beautiful souls, some of which are yoga teachers and other energy facilitators, and we were looking at the you know, stillness and balance. And that first meditation that we did, we were all lying on the ground, connecting in with Mother Earth so deeply. The stillness in the room was like, oh, like a heavenly balm of like we'd been really thirsty for it. Are you thirsty for some stillness in your life? You know, it's always there. It's overridden. So that we noticed that, because we were doing it all together, that it really increased the levels of experience of stillness and also multi-dimensional kind of harmonization, which is one of my key themes these days. And so this group are carrying forwards into the 6-month course, which begins on 12th of October in the New Forest. And I'm going to open that day, that Saturday day. It's all about the earth element. I'm going to open that to anyone who is thinking, oh, I'd really quite like to do that, but I couldn't do those at that other date and whatever. So if you'd like to do that, I will pop a link below to give you some more information about that. And then if you do decide to come on the whole course, I will take that money off. So anyway, you know, I'm fair, I'm here, fair, exactly. And, you know, that need that our nervous system has to come into rightful alignment is so important, and to be able to bring that into everything you do. And these lovely ladies who are yoga teachers are so excited, quietly, gently, but excited about bringing the Qigong components into their yoga teaching. And yeah, I'm excited to learn through them as well what it is that the Qigong is going to add for them. So but if you're not local to the New Forest, you're like, oh, I'd love to come and do some Qi with you, Clara, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up like a monthly seasonal session starting on October the 6th on the Sunday evening in UK time. So it's going to be between 5 and 7, not least because then it leads into Pam Gregory's 7 o'clock meditation. But, you know, we're all connecting up and linking in now, collaborating. And then there will be one a month every Sunday, probably not in January, but we'll do the first Sunday of the month at that time. So if you're living in the US or other time zones, hopefully that will help you. So I'll link you up to that. And that is the day after I'll be in Bournemouth in person with Sue Stone doing the Unlock Your Abundance Birthright afternoon. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, lush collaboration is this. So from, you know, I've been doing all this quantum subconscious sort of multi-dimensional clearing in the Akashic realm, really getting rid of layers and layers of ancestral stuff. You know what, we have every right to be abundant in this lifetime in as many dimensions as we can access. And with Sue's wisdom on all the neuroscience and some of the other skills and techniques that she's bringing in, we felt that to do a synergistic collaboration where there'll be some Qigong as well, some clearing Qigongs, and then the Akashic record clearing as well, will be a very powerful afternoon to come and spend in Bournemouth with us. So low price point, because we want to make this accessible and available to you all if you're in the Bournemouth area. And yeah, I know some of you have asked for it to be online already, so I don't know, I haven't chatted to her about that yet. But yes, come along to that. And there's loads more I'd like to tell you about, but you know what, we're nearly on our 10 minutes. So thank you so much for watching to this edition of the talking newsletter. And I look forward to seeing you next time when I've got more to chat about the infinity wave, as I'm speaking with Hope Fitzgerald next week. And also just to say, I know I've been talking about the Home Free Life podcast, which will be happening, but yesterday Em and I thought, you know what, why are we pushing for this? We've both got lots on. We're chipping away at it. We have a Facebook group, and there's all sorts of stuff kind of happening in the background, but we felt to just give ourselves some space and to launch it in the new year. So that's going to be coming down the line. So anyway, loads of love to you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I will see you next time. Have a great weekend, or whenever you're listening to this, have a great time. Much love, and may abundance be yours always and in multi dimensions.